Hello, my magnetic and deeply intuitive Scorpio souls, and welcome back to the Mystic Astrozen, your sacred sanctuary for cosmic insight and soul awakening. I want you to pause everything for just a moment, take a deep breath, and tune in, because what you're about to hear isn't just another astrological update. It's a spiritual calling meant specifically for you. The universe is shifting in ways that can't be seen by the eye, only felt by the heart. And tomorrow, July 26th, 2025, marks the beginning of something extraordinary. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and divine connection, enters retrograde. While that may sound like a warning to some, for you, Scorpio, it's a hidden blessing. You're standing at the edge of a romantic rebirth, a love awakening that's been waiting in the shadows to bloom. This energy doesn't arrive gently. It arrives like a soft storm, touching your memories, stirring your longings, and opening portals that were once sealed shut. Someone from your past may reappear, not just to revisit old stories, but to offer you a mirror to who you've become. Or perhaps a new soul crosses your path, yet their energy feels familiar, like you've danced in other lifetimes together. These aren't coincidences, they are divine appointments, orchestrated by a universe that knows your heart's true desire, even when you pretend you've moved on. This is your moment, Scorpio, to lean in, not pull away, to trust that the love you're calling in is not outside of you. It's already circling, aligning, manifesting, and preparing to meet you in the physical realm. And as always, your power lies not in chasing, but in attracting. That's why today's message is sacred. It's not a prediction, it's a prophecy. So stay with me, because what comes next could open a doorway that changes everything. Tomorrow's skies, Scorpio, are painted with the unmistakable hues of transformation as Venus begins her retrograde motion on July 26, 2025, a rare celestial event that doesn't just stir love, it rewrites its rhythm. And for a sign like yours, ruled by Pluto and driven by depth, this shift won't go unnoticed. You'll feel it in the silence between heartbeats, in the sudden memories of someone you thought you had released, in the way a stranger's eyes might feel achingly familiar. Venus retrograde isn't here to play by the rules of logic. She dances in reverse to pull hidden truths to the surface. And for you, Scorpio, this means love is about to take an unexpected turn. The energies are aligning to open portals of romantic revelation, some bringing back souls from your past, others awakening connections you've overlooked. Perhaps an old flame resurfaces not to confuse you, but to show you how far you've grown. Or maybe the friend you've leaned on all this time begins to look like something more, something sacred. This retrograde isn't about chaos. It's about clarity through contrast, about recognizing what truly ignites your soul versus what merely echoes comfort. You might notice synchronicities multiplying 1111, hearing their name in songs, dreaming vividly, and these aren't coincidences. They're signals. The universe is whispering that love is orbiting closer than ever, and all you need to do is stay open. But don't just wait passively. Reflect, observe, listen. What patterns are repeating? Who keeps circling back into your orbit? What emotion still lives in your chest when you hear their name? This is the sacred excavation of Venus retrograde. It unearths the parts of your heart you buried to protect yourself and asks, gently but firmly, if you're finally ready to feel them again. Tomorrow begins that invitation, and your heart already knows the answer. As Venus spins backward into your emotional terrain, Scorpio, the past may come knocking with a familiar rhythm you can't ignore. A rhythm that once made your heart race and then left it aching. Don't be surprised if you hear from someone you thought was long gone, someone whose name still lingers like a shadow in your dreams. This isn't just nostalgia. It's the energetic thread of unfinished soul business, pulling you toward clarity. Venus Retrograde has a way of resurrecting connections that still hold lessons, healing, or even dormant potential. For you, this could mean a text out of nowhere, a chance encounter, or a sudden flood of memories triggered by the simplest thing, a scent, a song, a date on the calendar. But Scorpio, this isn't about repeating old cycles blindly. It's about facing them with your evolved wisdom. The universe isn't trying to confuse you. It's offering you a mirror, and in it, you'll see how far you've come since that chapter first closed. Was it truly over? Or did it just go quiet because you weren't ready? No, you are. You've been through the fire. You've risen from your own ashes, and you're no longer the same person who once loved them. This return, if it comes, isn't a test of your loyalty. It's a test of your alignment. Can they meet the version of you that exists now? Will you open your heart from a place of power, not pain? This moment, Scorpio, is delicate and divine. It holds the possibility of closure or reconnection, but both require courage. So pay attention to who reappears, to what words are spoken, to how your body responds when you see their name light up your phone. Sometimes, love returns not to stay, but to remind you that you are worth returning to. And sometimes, it returns because the timing is finally right. Either way, tomorrow's energy is sacred, and it's knocking at the door of your heart with a message only you can decipher. But what if the one who enters your life tomorrow isn't someone from your past, Scorpio, but someone entirely new yet strangely familiar? As if your souls have crossed paths in lifetimes you can't remember, but your heart still recognizes? This is the mystery Venus retrograde brings. Love that doesn't make sense on paper, but feels inevitable in the soul. You might lock eyes with a stranger and feel like they've known your secrets for years, or meet someone who instantly understands the parts of you you've hidden from the world. These are not accidents. They're divine appointments arranged by the universe, perfectly timed to unfold when your spirit is finally ready. This love doesn't announce itself with grand gestures. It whispers through synchronicities, mirrored experiences, shared dreams, and conversations that go deeper than expected. And it doesn't rush. It unfolds like a sacred scroll, revealing layer after layer, allowing trust to blossom in the space between words. Scorpio, this is where your intuition becomes your compass. Don't dismiss the person who enters quietly, but feels like thunder in your chest. Don't overlook the connection that makes you feel safe and seen in a way you can't explain. These are karmic encounter souls you've known before, returning not for drama, but for purpose. And while the world may not understand it, your spirit does. During this retrograde, love might look different than what you've known. It may not be intense in the way you once craved, but it will be true in a way you didn't expect. So let your guard down gently. Stay open to conversations that spark a flicker of something more. Trust that the universe isn't bringing you random people, but reflections of your own healing. This is the love that begins not with fireworks, but with a quiet, undeniable knowing. And it could start tomorrow with a look, a word, or a moment that changes everything. Scorpio, As the energy of Venus retrograde flows deeper into your emotional field, it invites you not only to feel, but to discern, to tune in to the subtle vibrations of compatibility that your soul has learned to recognize beyond surface attraction. This is the time to ask yourself, who truly complements your energy now? Who feels aligned with your evolution, not your wounds? Because love isn't just about chemistry, it's about resonance, about the quiet harmony between two frequencies that elevate each other without losing their essence. During this period, you may feel drawn to signs that previously wouldn't have caught your attention, or you might find yourself rethinking past relationships and realizing that what once felt magnetic was really a reflection of unhealed patterns. The universe is encouraging you to see love not as a role to fill, but as a mirror of your healing. Are you still drawn to chaos, or have you started craving peace? Do you chase mystery, or are you ready for clarity? This is your moment to reflect deeply on what your heart truly needs, not what your ego desires, but what your soul deserves. Use this retrograde to journal your emotional truths, to revisit conversations in your memory, to listen to your body's reaction around different people. Notice who energizes you and who silently drains your spirit. Compatibility isn't just about common interests, it's about spiritual alignment, emotional availability, and the capacity to grow side by side. And Scorpio, no one understands transformation better than you. So allow yourself to release old fantasies of what love should look like and embrace the surprising beauty of what it can become when it's real. Because this retrograde isn't just about romantic drama, it's about soul realignment. And when you choose love that mirrors your inner truth, you don't just fall, you rise. Let that be your guiding star as tomorrow unfolds new possibilities before you. If you're walking this journey alone right now, Scorpio, know that you are not forgotten by the universe. In fact, this Venus retrograde may be the very reason you've remained single until now, because the love that's meant for you couldn't arrive until you are truly ready to receive it. And tomorrow, as the retrograde energy intensifies, you'll begin to feel a magnetic pull, not toward another person just yet, but inward toward yourself, your wholeness, your power. This is the moment when your heart becomes a beacon, silently calling in a connection that matches your healing, not your hurt. The best part, you don't have to chase it. You don't have to pretend, shrink, or overextend. All you have to do is align with your truth. Wake up tomorrow with the belief that you are already enough. Light a pink candle, speak love over yourself, and walk through the day like you know something beautiful is on its way. Because it is. And it doesn't come in loud, chaotic flashes. It enters like a gentle breeze that shifts everything without warning. You may receive a compliment from someone unexpected, or find yourself crossing paths with a person who reflects back the energy you've worked so hard to cultivate. This isn't about desperation. It's about magnetism. You are attracting someone not because you need them, but because you've created a space in your life where love feels safe to land. And remember, the universe matches frequency, not wishful thinking. So raise your vibration with joy, gratitude, and curiosity. Try something new. Take yourself on a solo date. Write down the qualities you now desire in a partner, not the ones rooted in fantasy, but the ones that nourish your soul. Because tomorrow might be the beginning of a love story written not from longing, but from overflow. And that, Scorpio, is the most powerful kind of love you'll ever know. And if you're currently in a relationship, Scorpio, This Venus retrograde isn't here to destroy what you've built. It's here to refine it, to illuminate the cracks that need healing, and reignite the spark that may have dimmed beneath routine or emotional distance. Starting tomorrow, you may feel waves of old emotions resurfacing, not to punish you, but to remind you of what still needs your attention. Conversations that were once avoided might suddenly feel urgent. Truths long buried may demand to be spoken. And moments of silence between you and your partner might carry more weight than ever before. But don't panic, this is sacred work. Venus retrograde wants to bring your connection back into alignment, not by forcing perfection, but by inviting vulnerability. This is the time to ask, not just how you feel about your partner, but how you feel with them. Are you supported, seen, cherished, or are you constantly shape-shifting to maintain peace? Scorpio, your soul can't thrive in places where it has to dim its truth, and tomorrow's energy may bring subtle or sudden nudges to speak from the heart. But it can also bring sweetness, nostalgia, the chance to fall in love all over again with the person beside you, especially if both of you are willing to meet each other as you are now, not as who you used to be. This transit may also awaken your sensual energy, stirring a deeper need for emotional intimacy and soulful touch. Don't ignore that desire, honor it with presence and intention. Whether it's a meaningful talk, a heartfelt letter, or simply holding each other in silence, let love be expressed, not assumed. Relationships aren't meant to be perfect. They're meant to evolve. And this retrograde is your opportunity to either renew the bond with greater clarity or recognize if the foundation no longer supports the future you're growing into. Whatever you discover, know this: your heart's wisdom will never lead you wrong, especially when you dare to listen. Scorpio, tomorrow's energy isn't just about reflection, it's about activation. And the universe is urging you to move with intention, not hesitation. This is your chance to step into the magnetic field of love, not as a bystander, but as a co-creator. Don't wait for the signs to be blindingly obvious. Tune into the quiet nudges, the intuitive pulls, the spontaneous desires to go somewhere new or reach out to someone you've been thinking about. Take the initiative, whether that means planning a day out with someone special, responding to a message you've been overthinking, or simply dressing in a way that makes you feel radiant and confident. Energy is everything, and yours right now is potent, attractive, and charged with transformation. Try new activities that bring joy to your spirit. Visit a place you've never been. Say yes to an invitation you'd normally decline, or engage in a conversation with someone who catches your attention. And most importantly, trust your gut. If something feels warm, aligned, and easy, lean into it. If something feels forced, heavy, or draining, it's a message in itself. The retrograde portal has opened for a reason to reroute you toward love. That reflects your current vibration, so don't be passive. Be present. Pull a tarot card in the morning and let its message guide your energy. Carry a crystal like rose quartz or moonstone to support emotional openness. Light incense, set an intention, and walk through the world tomorrow as if love is already looking for you, because it is. The universe isn't hiding blessings from you. It's asking you to meet them halfway. Remember, you are a Scorpio born to transform, to feel deeply, to love fiercely. And when you combine your intuition with inspired action, miracles unfold. Tomorrow is not just a date, it's a door. Be bold enough to walk through it. But Scorpio, As much as this Venus retrograde brings promise, it also carries a sacred warning. Not every connection that appears during this time is meant to stay, and not every heart that reaches for yours has pure intentions. This is why your discernment is your greatest protection. When love resurfaces or emerges suddenly, it can feel intoxicating, even destined, but don't confuse intensity with truth. Some bonds may return only to test your boundaries, to tempt you into old patterns, or to reflect who you no longer are. That's the gift hidden in the challenge. You've grown, and now the universe is asking, will you honor your growth? Tomorrow, when that message arrives, when that eye contact lingers a little too long, when that old name lights up your screen, pause, don't react. Feel. Does your body contract or open? Does your spirit feel at peace or on guard? This retrograde is filled with karmic echoes, and it's not your job to entertain every vibration that knocks. It's your responsibility to listen to your soul's quiet yes or resounding no. Don't let loneliness trick you into rewriting your standards, and don't let curiosity lead you back into chaos. You are not here to fix people, to reprove your worth, or to cling to half-hearted love. You are here to rise into the kind of connection that feels like peace, not confusion. And if that means walking away from someone who once meant the world to you, do it with grace, knowing that releasing them is choosing yourself. Scorpio, your love is sacred. Protect it like the treasure it is. Let only those who match your depth, your devotion, and your divine fire have access to your heart. Because during this retrograde, not all that returns is meant to remain. But what stays, what feels steady, true, and quietly powerful, that is where your heart can rest. Listen carefully. The universe is speaking through silence, synchronicity, and sensation. Don't miss the real love by chasing the loud one. So Scorpio, as the stars align and Venus begins her slow, deliberate dance backward through the heavens, you are being handed something rare, a cosmic invitation to experience love not through fantasy, but through divine timing and soul alignment. Tomorrow, July 26, 2025, isn't just another date on the calendar. It's a doorway into a new chapter of your heart's evolution. Whether love returns to offer healing, or a new soul steps forward carrying a flame you recognize from another lifetime, the key is to remain present, grounded, and open. Let go of the expectations, the timelines, the need to control how or when it unfolds. Instead, breathe into the truth that you are worthy of love that is steady, intentional, and deeply aligned with your essence. Say yes to the gentle nudge, the unexpected compliment, the kind gaze that lingers longer than usual. And just as importantly, say no to the energies that feel rushed, confusing, or heavy. This is your sacred space to protect and your moment to choose what kind of love you allow in. Scorpio, you are no longer the version of yourself who once settled for less. You've transformed, and now your love must reflect that evolution. So as tomorrow arrives, don't look back in fear or forward with desperation. Stand in the present with reverence. You are magnetic, you are guided, and you are ready. Let the past inform you, let your intuition lead you, and let the universe surprise you. Because sometimes, the most life-changing love stories don't begin with fireworks, but with a whisper, a glance, a perfectly timed moment that only your soul understands. If this message stirred something within you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Mystic Astrozen for more daily soul guidance. And in the comments, let me know what is your heart calling in. Because tomorrow, Scorpio, Cupid is not just knocking, he's arriving. And everything is about to change.